guys, so I know I already reviewed Disney's live action remake of Snow White, and a lot of us can agree that it was a disaster, right? The reviews are brutal, there are still videos coming out of completely empty theaters, but I think the big question here is, will Disney learn from its mistakes? Or are we still going to be getting these lazy remakes that are just trying to push a narrative by changing everything and then calling it progress? So today I want to talk about what went wrong and what Disney should be doing moving forward. So we have to talk about Rachel Zegler again, because she has made a lot of videos, especially during election season, that has alienated many fans because of her political beliefs, right? Saying that she doesn't want their business if they're not voting for Kamala Harris. You're supposed to be promoting the movie, and all she was doing was dissing the original Snow White, calling the movie creepy and weird, and saying that they don't need the prince anymore, so instead we had a random thief that was her love interest. And this is her response to the haters.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
And here she is watching Snow White in an empty theater. Maybe people are just tired of being lectured to, right? Because what she just said, that was very narcissistic. Me, 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 me. Everyone wants to see me fail, but I'm so much better than that. You know, victory will come to me eventually. No one cares. Rachel, this is not about you. This is about Snow White and what Disney did to a classic, completely changing the character. Just because you want to see a girl boss, that's great. First of all, you can make a separate movie. You don't need to take Snow White, who was more traditionally feminine, who did have a prince come save her. If you don't like that, I don't know why you decided to play Snow White. It's not just me that doesn't like it, or Republicans, or Democrats, conservatives, liberals. No, you could take a look at the ratings. People in general do not like this movie. It has, let's see, 1.7 stars on IMDb right now. Still too high in my opinion.
We have a really important presidential election coming up, and Lenny is very eager for you to vote for Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on, go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button.
Yeah, nothing says open-minded political discourse like vote for who I tell you to or unfollow me.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
You didn't get our business. You didn't get anyone's business because this movie was terrible.
What do Chinese citizens think of Snow White? If Disney really wants to be politically correct, they should have a woman wake Snow White with a kiss, and then pair the prince with one of the dwarfs. Someone replied, don't inspire them with new ideas. Another asked, if Snow White is played by Anatina and Little Mermaid is black, then why is the prince in both movies white? Are you discriminating against other races by suggesting they don't have princes?
That's a good question. They actually race swapped the huntsman as well in the Snow White.
Someone captioned this photo, Snow Queen and her maid.
Okay, let's talk about the queen. I feel like Gal Gadot, she did look the part. The makeup was really good. The costumes were not great. They looked very cheap, especially Snow White's dress, right? But the queen looked the part, but the acting, it was terrible.
Can you believe these two dresses are designed by the same designer? The meme of comparing Rachel Zegler to Lord Farquaad is going viral.
There is a photo of Rachel Zegler, different kind of hairstyle. It's still short, right? It could still be Snow White's hair, but it looks so much better. I don't know why they went with the Lord Farquaad, berries and cream kind of hair, because this looks terrible, like really, really bad. And you think that Disney would try and change something after so many flops, but no. So they rewrote things to try and fit a modern agenda, add some Marxism, and they called it Snow White.
Snow White is a soft, dainty, and feminine woman. She is not a girl boss like Mulan. Snow White represents some of us girls who don't want that girl boss lifestyle. We're not interested in being leaders. We're not interested in climbing up the corporate ladder. We're not interested in being politicians, a CEO, you know, all that stuff. And that's okay. I didn't like the fact that they bossified Snow White on a live action remake. It's just not her. It's not the Snow White that I grew up with.
And they wanted to change Snow White's character from being more feminine because they thought it was weak. And newsflash, that does not make you weak. Not every female character needs to throw punches or wear armor. Snow White was more traditionally feminine, right? She was baking pies and she was singing with the birds, and that's great. If you don't relate to the kind of soft girl, you know, Disney princess, you can look at Mulan, for example, or Tiana, because she is a girl boss. She also had a love interest and she was successful successful in both areas of her life. I loved that movie as a kid. I thought it was unique. It had great music. So there are a lot of different kinds of princesses. But you have Snow White. She's an established character. She is not a girl boss. And if you do want to see that, there are plenty of princesses like that for you. Merida, for example, that was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Brave, right? I saw it many, many times. And I also found it very unique. I like that they included the Scottish culture. No, she was not your typical Disney princess. But I like that about it. It did not follow the usual Disney princess formula. Plus, it focused on her relationship with her mom. It was refreshing, right? It was different. Now, you take a look at Merida's character, who I really liked, and then Snow White's character, which was completely different, right? It was more feminine, more soft, more nurturing. Both are cool. Both are women. Guess what? Women in real life can relate to different aspects of different princesses because everyone has masculine and feminine traits. Men and women do, right? And so we can look at a Disney princess and we could say, oh, I can relate to that part of her. Or, oh, look at that one. I can kind of see myself doing that. The world is not black and white.
Also, disappointed the fact that there's no prince in the film and the love interest is actually a thief. Like, you rather choose a thief over a prince? Be effing for real, girl. Come on. And the reason why he found her is because he heard that there was a beautiful fairy maiden who lays in a glass coffin.
Yeah, also, they didn't put her in a glass coffin in this one. They put her on a rock. Like, just on a rock.
He was that in love with her that he just kept searching for her until he found her. And he gets no credit for it because I don't freaking know, because he has no lines in the movie, I guess. They should name it to Snow White and her 7 reasons why she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
There are women who relate to her more softness and romantic nature, and that's great for them. Why take that away from those women? Or some girls relate to Mulan. You know, there are very ambitious Disney princesses. Why can't we have both? The point is, every character does not need to fit in a single box because real people don't. And Disney princesses can reflect that if they're written well, when they inspire us, right? Not when they feel like they're just there to lecture us. That's what made the classic Disney princess lineup so great, because there are different kinds of women with different kinds of strengths. So just let Snow White be Snow White. Don't rewrite her because you think that traditional femininity is weak, because it's not. It may not be for you, and that is fine. But for so many women, their softness is their strength. Why take away a character that represents that? Disney is losing money, trust, its audience, so they really need to wake up and learn to respect the source material. Also, it's okay to let the princesses be feminine and for the princes to be masculine. And that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know which Disney remake was the worst in your opinion in the comments below. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.